everyone, welcome back to the Fortress. It's Julia here, aka Gem Cosplay.
And Trent, aka the Oz Comic Nerd, and where have we just come from?
We've just come from seeing Tomb Raider, the newest Lara Croft movie.
Yes. Thanks to Roadshow Pictures for hooking us up with tickets. We have a lot of different thoughts, I think. I think you had a different vibe to what I got. I really enjoyed it. You were kind of apprehensive. But before...
We'll get into details.
We will. Before we go any further, welcome to the Fortress. Alright, so Tomb Raider starts off. Lara's kind of not what I would expect the position Lara to be in.
Yes.
She's kind of isolated, alone, lost her place in the world. We don't know why.
I wouldn't say lost her place, it's more this trying to find this independence and not a reliance that we see of what the Croft name brings up. That's kind of... She's just a teenager. Or mid-20s.
Mid-20s riding a bike around...
London.
Around London.
Which was pretty cool.
It was cool, but was it necessary? The start of this movie really kind of felt unnecessary in the grand scheme of the whole film. If you look back to where the film should have started, it should have started, to me, and I know that there's a lot of subplot and backfill when she discovers what's happened to her father and all that kind of stuff, but it would have been good for it to start similarly to the game on the island.
I disagree.
Yeah?
I disagree. I actually quite enjoyed that backstory because it allowed Alicia, the actor, to actually build into the character.
Okay.
Because if any of you have watched our previous episodes, have a look down below, give a watch, you'll see how excited I was when the first trailer dropped and then really apprehensive once the second trailer dropped.
We both were.
I think that beginning, as much as, yes, all right, it's not necessary, I think it helped develop the character and you start creating a different bond. So you're not sitting there going, oh, it's the Angelina Jolie Lara, she's just copying. No, she was making the character her own.
Okay, that's a fair point. But the movie really kicks up into overdrive when we start to learn the crux of the plot, why she's in that position, and what's happened to her father, Richard. She's very smart. She's got that kind of Croft intuition that they allude to, and then they finally start to show it. And then she meets Daniel Wu, isn't it? Woo! Daniel Woo! Yeah. Bit of eye candy for the ladies going to see it, I guess. No, he does nothing for me. But I found his character completely redundant.
Oh, he was literally transport.
Yeah, he was there, A, to just fill a male role, B, to kind of show that, someone's got Lara's back when she is on the island, and C, to get her to the island. He had no other plot. There was nothing that he needed to do aside from his little duty.
Yeah.
And being drunk.
Yeah.
Something that you can relate to quite well.
And you too.
No,
just buying a scotch.
Yeah,
see,
buy me five. Buy me five.
Laugh.
But it picks up. It picks up for me when they reach the island.
Yes,
they get
the story actually solidly begins when they've reached the island.
Yeah.
Yes.
And throughout the first half of the movie, they're alluding to this ancient spirit that is on the island, and they do the backstory a couple of times, which kind of gets annoying.
It does get a little bit repetitive because there's nothing new brought up about the story.
No, they actually use the exact same shots from the introduction when she's on the boat with Daniel Woo, and I just didn't get why. Why do we need to be shown again? And when she opened up the file in Richard's tomb, why again?
Yeah,
there was a lot of unnecessary filler that could have been cut or had something else in it. But what are your thoughts? I thought the island was great where it picked up.
So I was really surprised by this movie. I went in extremely apprehensive, going, "What are they going to do to my Lara?" So
Lara,
my Lara. So I am a fan of both the movies and the games. I think they both each have their place. They don't need to cross over. Each can stand for their own. I went in going, what is this going to do? Is this going to be an in-between? Is this going to try and be to movie? Is this going to be trying to game?
Well, it didn't help that there were so many comparison footages of the video game trailer.
Yes.
Especially the plane scene when she's going through the river.
Well, you can definitely see where they got inspiration from in key moments of Rise of the Tomb Raider. Yes?
Yeah, Rise of the Tomb
Rise
Raider.
of the Tomb Raider. You can see where they got their main inspiration from. But in the same breath, looking back at some of the Angelina Jolie ones, you can see where they got their inspiration from the original game as well. So
Yeah, giant tits. Polygon boob. I'll Photoshop yours to make them more pointy.
Thank you. I think they need it. You need to cut glass.
Poke eyes out.
Poke eyes out, yeah. I thoroughly enjoyed this movie. It wasn't spectacular.
No.
It was a enjoyable movie.
It was an action movie that we've seen time and time again.
Yeah.
But the formula didn't need to change. It was if you want a movie that's extremely close, Indiana Jones is the first thing that springs to mind.
Yeah.
National Treasure
Yes.
is another one. It's discovering an artifact.
Yeah, it's an artifact discovery movie.
Yeah.
And it's pretty good.
But we finally get a movie version. Trinity, they finally come into the movies.
Yeah, badly.
Well, I think it was, given the context of the end of the movie, it was deliberately left vague. Because obviously, being a video game franchise, they're going to franchise the movie. So they've already set up the sequel.
Definitely.
Which I'm not going to give away any plot devices on that. But I think it deliberately leaves Trinity vague because we know that they're what's seen as a religious cult in the movie. But the revelation at the end kind of makes you question, is this just a front for their true purposes?
Yeah.
Particularly as they want to commit a mass genocide. How can that be done with a mystical religious object? Until you see the movie, you'll understand why I'm being so cryptic. But...
Which, by the way, is one of the best scenes. I absolutely enjoyed that scene. It freaked me completely out to the point I'm pretty sure I grabbed your arm and squeezed tight because I was like, oh my god!
No, Marks. But the thing that I thought straight away when I saw that happening, Raiders of the Lost Ark. Yep. As straight away, I'm like, good. I don't mind this. I don't mind this reference at all. And there was a lot of. I felt it was very much Raiders, but
That's nothing wrong with nothing wrong with it.
But my favourite thing was seeing Alicia Vikander grow as Lara.
Yes.
That was probably the thing that appealed to me. The dialogue, not great.
The dialogue was hit and miss, especially in points where it's like, I'm going to go do this.
Then just do it.
No. Pause. Don't wait for me.
Slow-mo action shot.
And when no one's actually said, I'll wait for you, you've just said, don't wait for me.
No. Okay, fine.
Okay.
Yeah. But she did Lara's accent really well. It was really crofty, how I would imagine Lara's accent to be. I did a male version then. But I like the way she spoke. I like the way she looked. She got really, really fit for this role.
Yes,
really
definitely,
fit.
Really fit.
And I don't think that was a body double when she was getting punched in the stomach either, because they were her abs. She is just completely shredded and ripped, and it's something that the trailers didn't show. She kind of looked weak and feeble.
She did look very not as dominating as what she was when you see it on screen. Yeah.
And you can see just how much her muscles are engaging when she's doing certain actions. She's got a really good run. But yeah, just...
Yes, continue. I'll bring up my point next.
Okay. So I really enjoyed seeing, back onto the growth, seeing how she started off as a youngling, so that kind of made sense. Gets to the island, she's defenseless. She's not the Lara that we know and are familiar with in terms of Angelina Jolie's version that was really strong and powerful from the get-go. She was meek and feeble. She hadn't been training in years of experience of different types of martial arts or doing rock climbing. She had the basic training, but she was being beaten all the time.
Yes.
And it wasn't until about halfway through the movie when she encounters Trinity and she ends up doing her first kill in the rain, in the mud. You see literally just the absolute raw emotion come out of her. And you see that, yes, I've just conquered my first obstacle, that you get a true sense that this is the Lara Croft of the new games.
Yes.
That we are getting. It's the survivalist.
It's the survivalist, definitely. Yeah. It's not the strategist.
Yeah. Well, she's still the strategist.
She's still the strategist, but every time I found with Angelina Jolie's one, it was every move was already calculated. Yes. There was no animal instinct.
This was very guessworky.
This was very guessworky in the sense of, especially with that first kill, and after it as well, you really relate to her and you feel it because it's that... Oh, Shiv. What have I done?
Shivers.
Shivers.
What was that high pitched?
What I absolutely loved through the movie, though, was her naturalistic scream through it. There were moments where...
That was raw.
It was raw. It was true. Yeah. There was proper panic in it. It just wasn't I'm falling. It was a proper...
So I wonder how they shoot that. I would like to see the behind-the-scenes footage to see whether they kind of...
Pushed her?
well, yeah, to see if they put her in a circumstance where she would be out of a comfort zone and kind of feeling that type of emotion, because it didn't seem forced at all.
It didn't seem forced, and it was
natural.
very resonating as well, because you just sit there and there were just those moments where you connected with her.
Yeah, and that's the thing. I connected with this Lara a lot more than Jolie's Lara, and when there was silence and she was just kind of acting without word, it built suspense, it built mystique, it built intrigue. You didn't know what was going to happen, especially when they were in the temple.
Yeah,
that had some of the most on the edge moments of the entire movie, and a lot of movies that I've seen in recent times that are adventure movies.
Definitely, I think it was underutilized though, that aspect of silence, and it's underutilized in a lot of movies. Yeah. But I think it could have been a little bit more prominent in this. People shouldn't be scared of silence.
No, but I think that comes down to the creative decision to make it not an all ages movie, but to try and cater for a wider audience.
Yeah, cater for everyone.
Because if you had if you had the silence in there, I think a lot of people would become detached from it, that are the casual moviegoers. Yeah. The hardcore gamers, I think that would hit them right in the feels, because you're thinking, it's the bear all over again. Yes. That goddamn bear is going to come out at any second. And there was the scene when she's just beaten the guy, or just before she's fighting the guy, where I thought, holy crap, this could be a bear coming out, and it will scare the crap out of me.
The only thing that made me go, it's not a bear, was, wait, I know geologically where this is. Nah, it's not going to be a bear. Everything's good.
Yeah, but it could have been a wolf. It could have been anything.
Evil panda.
Yeah, a drop bear.
Drop bear.
Drop bears. But CGI wasn't terrible, as bad as I thought.
It wasn't as bad as I thought. The plane scene still got me a little bit.
It's hard to do an old rusty plane.
But it's hard to do. That's it. When it was seen bigger screen in context, it was only because I was looking for it did I pick apart at it. The rest of the CGI, though, brilliant. Yeah. Really seamless.
Naturally, there are some things that stand out, and you think, oh, that's not great. But ultimately, that comes down to believability as well. I would love for there just to be one action movie where they had realistic scenarios of, escaping a trap or getting out of something. Everything just seems far too circumstantial, leaving it to the last minute. A platform's about to fall underneath your feet, and, you're on the last thing. Oh, a revelation comes. No, just do something realistic. Make the suspense... It would make the suspense feel so much more intense. Yeah. Because if it was not so much a close call, but you think this could actually take someone out. Yes. And I just don't like circumstantial situations in adventure movies. I feel it's a cheap ploy to get through the plot. Yeah. And I feel there was far too much of it. And the big thing that really irked me was the appearance of Luke Skywalker in the movie. I didn't like that character. I'm not going to say who it was, but an exiled Jedi appears in this film, and I was not a fan of that entire plot device. And you know exactly why I wasn't, because I don't like it when they say someone is dead, they come back to life, and only for them to die later in the movie. Let that plot device develop over a few more movies, and then it's fine. Yeah. If you're wondering who I'm talking about, it's a dad. Daddy issues are resolved for the first half of the movie, and then boom, at the end, Daddy's ripped away again.
We're now going to have to write spoiler on this.
Spoilers, people. But yeah, it's been out for a day.
Yeah.
People have seen it. But yeah, I really enjoyed the movie. I thought it was fun. It wasn't weighty. It didn't feel
forced.
No, it was it was very run of the mill.
It was stereotypical in the sense of an action movie, but it was good. It was enjoyable. Yeah. I think it deserves a lot more credit than probably what it's getting. Yeah. Coming from someone who went in there going, "Oh God, this is going to suck." Yeah. I'm quite happy with how they did it.
No, me too. They needed to play it safe. They needed to get something out to get the taste of the old Tomb Raider movies out. groundwork's now been laid. Hopefully they get a sequel. Hopefully they can
Hopefully.
build the franchise, because Alicia Vikander is fantastic.
Definitely.
Walton, the guy with the receding hairline, he was a fun villain. Didn't do much. He was unnecessary. You could have had the plot without him.
Yeah.
And just have the overarching Trinity element, but he drove the bad guy plot a bit.
Yeah.
But it was a fun movie. I enjoyed every second of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So did I.
Yeah.
Overall, really great movie.
Critically, yeah. But in terms of enjoyment, yeah.
Hey,
Loved
it's
it.
better than Justice League.
DC butthurt fanboys. But yeah, so that's it from us. I'm Trent,
I'm Julia.
and until next time, we'll see you at the Fortress.